In this clip, I work with Logan, a professional soccer player, showing him how to elevate his performance through visualization grounded in science. This is one of the most powerful and underutilized tools for improving performance and creating real, measurable results. I walk him through the exact practice, when to do it, how it works, and why it can give him a true edge in his career. Let's take a look. And then you can kind of really amp it up to be like, what am I made of out here? I really want to dial it up. I want to see what I'm made of. I'm going to heighten, I'm going to strengthen, I'm going to turn up the volume on my performance. I got this. Now you're setting goals.
Yeah.
But you see the empowerment is now driving forward those goals.
Yeah.
So you're not just sitting back idly, be like Mr. Optimistic, no matter what happens. You're also pushing yourself to become stronger, better, faster, heighten your performance. You can set goals. And then we don't visualize, we don't see ourselves winning that goal, becoming better. We see ourselves in the triumph. So you will visualize getting a contract.
Yeah.
You will visualize celebrating a 2-year deal with Barcelona. You know, whatever it is, your dream, you will visualize standing on the podium. You will visualize seeing your name on the back of Real Madrid's jersey, whatever else.
Barcelona.
Okay. I didn't know, so I was going to change it to other,
Barcelona won. You got it right the first time.
We made it clear. Is that funny that I guessed out of all the teams, Barcelona? I mean, that's pretty wild.
That's something that I envision every morning, so that's funny.
That's awesome.
That's that first time, yeah.
So we're dialed in, we're connected, which is phenomenal with all the teams out there. But I want you to visualize being that professional. So all these athletes like Steph Curry, he doesn't only shoot basketballs and practice and shoot 1,000 shots, a week or whatever it is. He visualizes shooting the shot. He visualizes getting the trophy. He visualizes celebrating with his team. Okay. So when you can couple this, there was another study that people went to the gym and worked out physically, and they got a 30% increase in strength and whatever that they were working out on. 30%. People, another group, did visualization where they stayed at home, visualizing working out. They got a 13% increase in strength without actually doing anything.
Wow.
Bring them together. Go to the gym, visualize going to the gym. You're at a 43%, and plus, that's just adding those two. We don't know the compound effects of adding the gym and visualization. I would see that boosting it up past 50%.
Yeah.
You see this?
Yeah.
So
when do you do that?
It's all about visualization and what to do.
Okay.
So set goals. What is your goal? Playing for Barcelona, right?
Yeah.
What does that feel like to you? Why do you want to play with Barcelona?
Because it's the team I watched growing up. It's my favorite team. That's
the
team that.
Why would that be important to future you? How would that man feel playing for Barcelona?
On top of the world. You feel on top of the world.
So visualize feeling on top of the world, wearing a Barcelona jersey, walking out onto the field, having your name announced, cheering and sliding across on your knees after you score a goal, being, just smothered with celebration by your teammates, your coach giving you a pat on the back, getting that contract, getting a home there. Visualize the emotion of whatever success means to you. So what that looks like in, kind of laying that out is start from the end. So a lot of people set a goal and be like, I want to play for Barcelona. That doesn't make any sense. What does that mean? Like when you want to go on a vacation and you want to go to Tulum, you go, I want to go to Tulum. No, you don't want to go to Tulum. You want to dip your toes into that white sandy beach. You want to smell the sea air and hear the songbird, the birds flying around. You want to taste that pina colada. You want to dance and take a shot of tequila. You want to meet somebody. You want to go swimming. You want to take the boat. You want to feel the sunshine. You want to express this beautiful kind of feeling of liberation. You want to enjoy your vacation emotionally. You don't want to go to Tulum. You don't want to play for Barcelona. You wanna know what it's like to hear your name called for the starting lineup. You wanna know what the sound of the crowd
Yeah,
is after you
yeah,
score a goal. You wanna know what it's like to slide across your knees on that turf, feeling that energy of that crowd. You wanna know the challenge of running into another opposing, player. You wanna know the challenge, the beauty, the thriving thrill of it. So you start with that. Do you see how now I'm painting an experience for you? And you're
yeah.
like,
It's
"Oh
more
my
of a
god, I."
feeling than it is immaterial.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So the feeling is how we determine a quality of experience. So if I go to Tulum and somebody goes, "How was Tulum?" I didn't go, "I went to the beach. There was sand and drinks and birds flying around." I go, "Oh my gosh, it was so great to let go. I didn't work. I was reading. I kicked my feet up. I got a little too drunk that one time. I was swimming without a care in the world. And then something hit my foot and I peed a little bit and ran out of the ocean." Like it's all these emotions. We describe what we feel emotionally. So you're going to start with what it means to play at Barcelona and describe that emotionally and write out a few scenes. Okay. See yourself getting the call, signing the contract, putting on the jersey for the first time, seeing yourself in the mirror, walking into the locker room and seeing everybody else there, you standing with your shoulders back, your head held up high, your chest out in confidence and pride, being like, "I fucking got this. I am here. I am an elite soccer player." Right? You smell that, you see what it is. They got the spread of food and drinks, and it is just such a higher quality of experience. You're getting paid like never before. And you are in that stadium. You walk out, you hear the roar. You see pretty girls winking at you. Like whatever it is that's important to you, you're creating that experience emotionally. So you're going to say, "I see blank. I hear blank. I touched blank. I felt blank." And emotionally, I felt confident, proud, grateful, alive, surreal, unbelievable. So you're painting that experience, and then through those scenes, you will visualize them right before falling asleep at night or right as you're about to wake up before your alarm goes off. Because we're in a certain brain state, and this stuff seeps into our subconsciousness, which then seeps into our unconsciousness, which is where real change is made in our belief systems. There's something in you right now where you're finding the flaws and the fault that potentially you don't think you're good enough for Barcelona. We're going to transform all of that. I'm not saying wholly, I'm saying there's like a little cancer cell in you,
yeah.
and we want to snatch it out. We
Well,
want to be unstoppable. We want to be this force of invulnerability in a sense where we are so empowered that anything that happens is happening for us to arrive in Barcelona and experience all of that, what I just
yeah,
laid out.
yeah,
So you will visualize that right as you're falling asleep at night for the last 5 minutes of being awake. You know, lay down in your bed a little bit, 45-degree angle, not all the way, and see yourself standing in front of a door. Open that door, walk in, and you are walking onto the field. You look down and you see your cleats and your shin pads, and you feel that beautiful stark white jersey, and you see your teammates there, and you're standing for the national anthem, and you're warming up, and you're like, "Holy shit, I'm warming up on the field and you're just like, this is really happening. Just look cool, man. Don't be don't embarrass yourself by being a rook." Like you could almost see it happening, can't you? And then jump to another, like kind of like a Rocky montage, jump to where you score the goal. And
yeah.
you are just out of your mind, blissed out, so excited, and you slide across the field or you jump into the stands and your teammates clobber you with celebration, right? And then after the game, you're just torn up, your knees bloody, you're covered in dirt, and you cannot get that shit eating smirk off your face because you're just like, "That was awesome. I love soccer. And I just played in Barcelona." Like, can you feel this stuff? Like, I'm getting goosebumps